Hey, what's up guys? Nick at Night here. Today we're going to be just working on making gains in Boom Beach. So the Clash of Clans Town Hall 11 sneak peeks will resume, but today there was simply a Q&A with the developers posted, so there's really nothing new to post on that topic. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. If you missed my iPad Pro unboxing with my fiance Kelly, definitely check that out. It's the previous upload on my channel. You can just go to my channel page, click videos, and you will see it right before this one. But today we are just going to work on upgrading something in Boom Beach. My goal is to get my next landing craft, my 4th max level 21 landing craft, but you know, if we have to settle for a mortar or a boom cannon or a sniper tower or cannon or machine gun or flamethrower, which we could actually do now, then let it be. So we're just gonna let whatever happens happen. I've got my new shield generator out, I've got my new shock blaster out, and we are continuously just grinding out prototype defenses. They're a lot easier to make now because you're getting parts from dives, you're getting them from hammerman more, you're getting more from gearheart, you're just getting more parts in general. So without further ado, let's just jump into the attacking portion of this video. I've already done a few stages of terror, but we're going to do some terror, and then I've cleared my map of all the NPCs and left a couple good player bases that we can go ahead and attack with some scorchers and just generally chat and just have a good time today. So here we go. Stage 4 of terror can be the first one that we start with. So how was your guys' Thanksgiving if you're in the US? How was your day, or how's your weekend going if you're not in the US? Just generally like to check in and chat with you guys once in a while. It's what I started off doing on this channel, just basically playing games, having a nice little chat dialogue, checking out the comments, seeing what you guys are up to, and overall just connecting with people that play the games that I play. So I always like once in a while, you know, taking a step back. You don't have to make every video like the craziest thing ever, you know. Some of them are just nice to just have little conversations and just play the game. So right now I'm using Scorchers. I've got a boost going, so nothing's going to be too insanely difficult. Some of the player bases might be crazy, and Terror Stage 7, depending on where the HQ is, can always be a challenge, but we will see how that goes when we get to it. I know right now this weekend, Kelly and I are working on getting our Christmas tree. I think that's going to be today, or worst case this weekend, depending on how the Black Friday craziness goes. I don't think we're really partaking in much of that. I think it's mostly all just a scam, and if you look online, especially in the US, you can find those prices, you know, throughout the year. Stores have sales all the time. I don't know why they make such a big deal out of Black Friday. I mean, the only thing I did get was last year, I bought my 4K TV. And it was normally like a $1,500 TV. I got it for like just under $1,000, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's mostly just a Netflix machine because, as you guys know, if you see any of my studio setup videos, which is getting more and more cluttered every day. It's actually my voice just gave out there, but my studio is getting more and more cluttered every day. I've got my Mac set up where I record all my videos. The Mac is going to be superior. This has been happening to me a lot. I just tweeted out earlier that my iPad wasn't connecting to Wi-Fi, and it's getting a lot of the loading screens in Clash and Boom. I think it's an iOS 9.1 thing, but you know, the iPad just, it works well with all the stuff I have going, so I got to use it. But I've got my PC rig to my right with my big tower PC. I've got a BenQ monitor with like 144 refresh rate on it, so it's like really responsive for gaming. I always game on that little 27-inch screen when I have a 55-inch in the living room, but I never really game. I mean, it's probably like twice a month. I'd say like 4 times a month. But my daily gaming, when it comes to like Xbox, where I'd have to use a screen, is going to be on a computer screen. A, because it's better performance for gaming than the TV. The TV does look nicer, and you could put it in like game modes and stuff, and it's huge. But I don't know if you guys experience this. I'm curious, when you play on a different size screen, everything really goes out the window, at least for me. I feel like once you get used to a certain size screen, your look sensitivities, your natural, you know, movement, and how much you don't have to turn your head. When, like, even though right now I'm looking at an ultra wide screen, it's like 37 inches wide, it's really insanely good for multitasking with Windows. But when you change screens, does your gameplay performance have to adapt to that screen? I think mine does, because I was trying to play Halo in the living room, and this also is like about as easy as cooping chickens right now, so we're not even looking at the base we're attacking. But I was trying to play Halo, and I was like, all my turns on SWAT were off, because you always, you know, you turn and you check a corner, or you'll turn and you'll be able to like snap to where you know a spawn's gonna be or something like that. But it was happening to me where I was overturning on the big TV or something like that. So it just all comes down to, you know, relative screen size, and then on a big TV you obviously actually physically have to turn your head as well as your eyes just on a normal screen. I don't know, this whole attack was talking about screens, so let's move on. I remember a long time ago in the comments I asked if you watch my channel mostly for, or like I said, leave a percentage for the tips versus the random banter and commentary and sidetrack stories. Like today's episode, we've talked about Wi-Fi, Black Friday deals, my plans for the weekend, and screens. And I don't think I really mentioned one gunboat energy unit that I dropped, but this is really pissing me off, this stupid radar in the bottom left corner. I mean, if anything, make it like change colors every time, because then I won't get so bored looking at it. But Apple needs to update iOS 9.2 or whatever the next one's going to be. Stage 6 out of 7. We're saving up a ton of loot right now. We're going to probably have max gold after this. This kind of attack, I would just go around the backside. There's a lot of defense on the left. We don't even have to worry about them. So I'm going to work on the boom cannons, and then we could just talk more about other things. So let's talk about, let's talk about antelope. What do you guys think about antelopes? I don't really know. I mean, I don't really trust them, but, you know, trust issues, I guess. Okay, Scorchers are in place to go and do their thing now. I'm just going to chill. All right, we're going to let those Scorchers kick their way around the back right side and rip this base a new one. So right now, what else is going on in life? I don't know. Not too many travel plans, mostly figuring out where I want to live. That's a big question Kelly and I have been going over. We're planning a wedding for hopefully sometime next year, which we can talk details about. We're actually planning on live streaming it once. I don't know how. We'd have to bring like a remote live streaming service to whatever venue it's going to be at, but there's a lot going on in life right now, and I think it's a busy time for everyone. It's also a very strange time to be alive. I don't know. I was just lately been thinking, like, there's so much going on that, like, it's just like a very, does anyone else feel like it's a very like in between time to be like, there's like so many things that are going to be new in all of our lifespans, and there's so many things that are going to be changing, and there's like a lot of mixed, like with global events, with technology, like people my age, just barely. My older cousins saw it a little bit more, but before the internet, I mean, I pretty much started grade school and AOL Online came out with dial-up, and now we're to the point with, you know, just fiber optic connections and esports, and having Madison Square Garden get sold out for League of Legends tournaments. Like, that kind of stuff we were talking about at Thanksgiving, and that's normally things that you really only talk about when you're in a big room with family, so it was pretty cool to hear other people's opinions on it. But it's a really crazy time, especially in gaming, to be basically alive or in the scene right now. So everyone, even if you guys are younger than me, older than me, we're all going to be experiencing crazy things coming out. So who knows? I don't know if console gaming will be around forever. It's very strange. Like, I have the Need for Speed Xbox game, and I have the Need for Speed iPad app, and I find myself picking up the iPad more. It's just a matter of everyone is so connected at this point that it's almost like nobody has time for anything because of how much time we put into things that we didn't have before, if that makes sense. But it's just strange. I don't know. Leaving your phone at home should not ever be a worry, but if we do, we freak out. It's like such a weird thing, but I don't know. I feel like at one point in my life, I want to spend like at least an extended period of time, maybe not a year, but like a couple months on like some sort of vacation/retreat thing, and really just kind of feel disconnected for a while. But especially with YouTubing every day, live streaming, it's one of the most social media and connected type of lifestyles you can lead. So it's very all the time, always all the time. There's always something to do, and no really breaks ever come about. But who knows? Who knows what the future will bring. So back to Boom Beach. That was literally random, whatever was coming to my mind. I had never scripted any of my videos except for the sneak peeks from the developers, because those were straight up textbooks. But yeah, that's just what's going on with me. Right now we're looking at Scorchers, and I'm working on upgrading my Boom Beach base. I might go live on Camcord. If not today, it'll be tomorrow, so that link is always in the description down below. If you guys want to watch mobile games, they're on Camcord. If you want to watch my console games, I generally stream those on Twitch. I find that Twitch kind of gets, mobile games get kind of dwarfed on Twitch with the amount of esports and promotional like console and PC games, especially in the holiday season. So I don't really like streaming mobile there too much anymore. But there was a big password reset thing that happened over spring, so a lot of you probably don't get notifications because I have 60,000 followers, and nowhere near that many people find out when I go live these days. So make sure you go over, refresh your Twitch account, twitch.com/teachboombeach. Follow me there. Camcord's always solid. It's very new, up and coming, and you all recently made accounts with it because all the big clashers and boomers are streaming there. So that one I'm sure you guys will catch. But yeah, all those links are in the top of the description. I start with all my channels, my streaming channels, and then my exclusive videos that I sometimes put out early access videos. The sneak peeks will go live always, all the time, everywhere. But a lot of like daily content can go live on Vessel first if you guys are not on there. Definitely check it out. Just an alternative. I know a different couple of YouTubers are spreading out where they post their videos. I like getting involved with a ton of different companies and just basically making relationships because you never really know where life can take you or who you'll be working for one day or if you'll be doing this or something else. So best plan for whatever. All right, we beat Dr. Terror, stage 7, didn't lose any Scorchers. Now it's time for some player bases if we can load in. There we go. You beat me this time, but I'll be back. Yeah, I know you will be in 2 days after Gearhart. So we've got Dang. Dang. His name's like Dang, but Dang. Alright, this is going to be harder than Terror because he has a Shock Blaster and Doom Cannon, which is the best combo for Scorchers. A Shield Generator Shock Blaster would be the best combo for Warriors in my opinion, but this one's the worst that I could use Scorchers against, so I might actually have to use my first rebuilding in this one here. I'm going to shock this because I can hit both shock launchers. If you just put them one more space to the left and right, I would not be able to hit all three, but I can hit all three, so I'm going to drop my Scorchers a little bit further back and then shock this as they get close enough, and then the Shock Blaster is going to be my next concern, but I'm trying to keep my gunboat energy nice and low. Shock Blaster, I'll let it lay into me for a second, but actually let's do this. 2 critters on the sides. I'm going to make sure we can shock this. Yeah, I'll just shock the back. Alright, now we're going to throw some more critters. Hopefully that Doom Cannon will pick a critter over a Scorcher because there are so many, or it'll just be dead. Let's see, I think it shot a critter. All my Scorchers' health look pretty good. We've got a Shock Blaster coming out of its stasis, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some critters down. And there we go. Scorchers are wrapping this attack up. There's just a few more buildings they have to take out. I could throw critters in the back at this point to start chipping away at some freebie buildings, getting some gunboat energy. Oh, I didn't know if that Scorcher was going to burn down that cannon, so I threw an artillery shell, but he did the job on his own. That is it for defense, and now it's just time to watch all my troops absolutely annihilate this base. Down goes Dang. Dang. I'm hovering in the 600s. About 700 is when the point comes where you'll basically check in and have to do like 20 to 30 victory points if you haven't played in a day. So 600s are manageable. For a while I was in the 500s and people were giving me garbage crap, but I'm like, dude, man, we're just ranking up, you know? For Boom, for some reason, like the pushing for me, it's I guess Clash and Boom right now, I'm not really in a pushing mood. I just kind of want to max it out and just really enjoy fun strategies. I mostly play these games because they're like the most fun social interaction you could have with sharing your strategy attacks with other people, and it's really great. So that's a 48, a little bit too low to show any actual strategy for this video. Here's a 58. This one will be kind of tough. We've got some names, and then Yu-Yun. Yu-Yun, alright. His base is in the back right. He's a 58, but doesn't look like it. Any prototypes, dude? Come on. Now you're just embarrassing yourself. I'm gonna drop the Scorchers and let them take out the entire base. So I'm gonna go full offense on a base like this and work on the shock launchers first. So we've got one shock launcher that I'm gonna throw a barrage at the Boom Cannon and hope that one of them hits that shock launcher. That is the best. That was great. Now we can take out 2 buildings right here. I'll throw critters down to just basically distract a few Boom Cannons. Throw some artillery shells, weaken the Boom Cannons once again. We're just generalized weakening the base because that's how you take it out easier with Scorchers. And then I'm going to double hit the HQ and Shock Launcher. Even if the barrage would have killed it, I still got a hit on the HQ anyway. I can shock those 3 cannons, they're technically all cannons. One's just a Boom Cannon in the back because those are going to be what really deals damage to Scorchers. But there's nothing left to say about this base because it's going down, Yu-Yun. I don't really know the actual numbers to upgrade a landing craft up to 21, but we're going to find out very soon. I think that's the most expensive thing that I could do on this base, so we're going to probably save up for a landing craft. All my landing craft level 21, it mostly just looks really cool, and man, I got to do a couple mortars before I can get any of them to max. I have to do flamethrowers, I think 1 level, and then those 2 can go to max, but this episode's kind of long, but it's mostly because of all this loading. So we'll just, normally I would cut that out, but I don't know, we've just been going straight through today. Let's do 1 or 2 more and then see if we have anything that's real juicy or beefy that we can upgrade. Come on, baby. But this loading's killing me. I'm going to do a little more research and find out, or maybe I'll ask the dev team if that's like a known issue right now. So 49s, 51s, I'll refresh those and try to get higher ones. Here's a 55. At least it's decent. I don't want my gold to max out as well, so Man, alright, let's do this. I'll just drop them and just see what they do. I want to see... No, there's a shock blast. There's 2 shock blasters. Alright, so only critters and scorchers challenge. Critters and scorchers only. So the critters are just going to do a little bit of damage, and mostly buy my guys time, because it distracts the shock blaster just long enough. I'm only using critters and scorchers, which are the 2 most expensive gunboat abilities and troops that you can deploy on the beach. Between using your gunboat energy to deploy the scorchers and saving up for how expensive the critters get, there's nothing you can do that is going to be a harder strain on your gunboat. So we have 1, oh my gosh, that looks cool. It looks like the Scorcher is getting just shocked to death. Electric Scorcher for the win. I've thrown, I think, 6 or 7 batches of critters now, and we're destroying this base with just critters and Scorchers. On NPC bases, literally, drop a line of Scorchers, drop 2 critter batches, or 3 if you could afford it, in front of them, and you have so many numbers, it beats almost every NPC base. Protip.com, you're going to see my face if you go there. So right there we beat... something with a stick man in the middle. I don't know his name. I should learn Japanese or Chinese and Korean or whatever most of these languages are. I think that one, if I had to guess, was Japanese. I don't know. You guys can correct me down below. I know Korean's more like, you know, like a non-objection, like no hate or anything, but Koreans, I see a lot of like circles, straight lines, square type figures. Chinese is like very compact, and then Japanese is kind of curvy, but more loose characters. That's just my general observation. If that's right, you know, let me know down below. Let's do one more, and then we'll go upgrade. So we've got a 54, a 50, 48, 51. Here's another 55. So these are the hardest ones I could take out. He's got a nice 400,000 gold. I don't need that. This space looks like it's an anti-hammerman. I'm going to drop everyone right in the middle. And then barrage, barrage. Let's see if that takes out a shock launcher. I'll throw a critter. I need those shock launchers down. Are the critters going to do it? If not, the Scorchers are getting kind of close. So they should just wander their way in and take them out. I'll go ahead and shock the shock blaster because that's going to be continuous shock right in my face. Overall, this base is not protecting its back, so we're going to go ahead and throw critters back there. I'm looking at my Scorchers. I have 1 kind of low on the right side. The rest of them look generally okay. So I'm just going to throw some more critters in the back, work on lowering the HQ's health, and I'll throw 1 batch in the center here because there's just a little bit of chaos that we have to deal with. Alright, shock blaster down, all the shock launchers, all the boom cannons are down. There's 1 cannon and a rocket launcher in the back. None of that is going to be a problem for us at all. The Scorchers are ripping up the base and critters galore. It seems like very festive. I wish Boom Beach would make the critters green for Christmas because green and the red Scorchers, I think they'd look really nice together. Even though the Scorchers have blue tanks and blue tips and blue hatches and blue starter flames and blue cannon guard fitting shield thing. Okay. So let's go back home. In like 30 seconds when this loads, we're going to get to do an upgrade. Come on, baby. Send out your radar pings. Find my base. I know you can do it. The Wi-Fi is right over there. It's like 20 feet from me. Oh, iPads. Oh, iPads. All right, so just to recap, we got 2 victory points, 400,000 gold, 170,000 wood, 50,000 stone, 100,000 iron is not bad at all. So here we are back home, and look at all those upgrade triangles, arrows. I could do any sniper tower up to 21, which would be kind of dope. I can do another cannon to 21. I could do a flamethrower to 17. These are 18s, though, so I have to get my flamethrowers twice. I have to get mortars multiple times. Like, it's brutalicious. So let's see how much this takes. 690. I don't really, the landing craft, though, like with all Scorchers, it really doesn't matter. Should I just do the smart thing and work on... I don't know. No, I'm going to do a landing craft. I said that's what I'm going to do. Alright, fine. Landing craft up to level 21, only 600 diamonds, and it would normally cost about 4,000 diamonds if you did not grind out resources. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll get that nice new landing craft in just over a day, and as always, for everything Boom Beach, the coming Clash of Clans sneak peeks, and an overall general good time with me talking about screens, technology, and the weather, you know what to do because you're already doing it. Keep it tuned right here. I'm Nick at Night, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.